Yeah, this jump right into this video. So I've been thinking for a while. I've been on this zero carb, zero sugar for well over 7 months now. And I don't want to belittle anyone else about their journey and how they're conducting themselves. I see an awful lot of videos that I've been doing this for 30 days, or I did a 10 days, or I did this, whatever. Okay. And like I say again, I'm ready to reiterate that I'm not trying to bash anybody, but I know for myself, I started out with this is because I wanted a change of lifestyle. I've done it all. Okay. Everything from the keto diet, fasting, the OMAD, different diets come and go, and regimen, and all these different things, and I just wanted to find something that would be a lifestyle that I could do day in and day out. I wouldn't have to worry about, all these different things that I have to do this day and go shopping for this. What I do now is so simplistic. I'm not taking my day to develop a recipe, a meal plan, and all the rest of it. Just so basic. You're not eating tons of processed foods. You're not eating sugars and all these snack pies and all the rest of it. Don't get me wrong. There's a time that, yeah, I'd like to have one of them. It kind of, you drive by the aisle, and that stuff takes a long time to overcome. I remember in my younger years, I used to chew back tobacco. I know that's gross, but it took a long time. I remember that I would say, I want to quit today. Then next day, oh man, I got that urge. I just ate something. I'm watching a movie. I'm watching some sports. I'm out wherever. And I have to have and once I quit, I remember the day I quit. I remember it. I went up to buy some, and the guy at the counter, the owner, said, that stuff's going to give you, gum cancer and throat cancer and all the rest of this. And I thought, dang, I better quit. So from then on, I never touched it, but it stuck with me for years and years and years. It was hard, because you develop a habit. Formed a habit over months. Okay. And just like we're eating all this garbage, I listened to a podcast the other day. A lot of the diseases, a lot of the, the imbalances in our body were never heard of 50 years ago. These are all an account of the food that we're eating, all the processed, these mega corporations, the big corporations that are into foods, all that they're trying to, I don't know why, but it's the dollar. It's the top dollar. Okay. They gotta make money. That's how they do it. The fastest way, the cheapest way, whatever they can do. I mean, I've said it over and over again. A lot of these restaurants in one sandwich, they're putting 50 ingredients. You don't need that. I remember back in 2013, I had a autoimmune disease that I spent a week in a hospital trying to figure out. The doctors came out with overalls. They thought I had some kind of contagious flesh-eating disease. I mean, it was scary. Excuse me, for me. But they attributed it to the modern day wheat. Okay, so there's 250 known autoimmune diseases from the modern day wheat. Okay, so I don't eat none of that stuff. I just don't. Now, it wasn't, I know I had a vision. I said, it wasn't really about the weight. Okay, I know I needed to lose weight. But I said, if I could just lose a pound a week or a pound, I'd be happy. Okay. And for the first 2 months, I didn't lose nothing, not 1 pound. But my focus, my plan, my vision was, I'm not in it to lose weight. I'm in it to feel better. I am to sleep. I'm in it to, I'm getting older, right? I watched my parents deteriorate from that. And now I'm finding out that dementia is caused from lack of fat. Okay. Your organs, your arteries are built on saturated fat. Your brain is, takes up what? I don't know how many percentage, I keep forgetting, but it's basically fat. Your body runs on fat. It used to be at a certain level. Now they got it down to cholesterol down to 150 when it used to be 350. And I'm seems like everything I'm reading lately has to do with, saturated fats have been a lie. Cholesterol's a lie. Your body needs these things. And that's what's happening with this dementia and this Alzheimer's. The brain is suffocating because it's not getting the cholesterol and the saturated fats that it needs. I'm not talking about junk stuff, okay? I'm talking about animal fats, right? I'm talking about butter, that type of thing. So I've noticed that, you kind of move, right, with the way your lifestyle with this. Okay, some people call it carnivore. I'm not a strict carnivore. I do some spices, mostly salt though, but I do put some spices in there. I don't do any dairy. Every once in a while, I have, a piece of cheese or whatever, but in the morning, I have a regimen that I do. I take my supplements. A lot of people on carnivore don't take supplements. I have a protein mix that gives me 90 grams of protein right off. Now, there's another old science that says your body only takes in so much protein and uses at a time. That's false. Protein is broken down slowly in the body. Okay, so it's used at a slow pace, right? So you can put a lot of protein in, but your body's going to break it down over time period in the day, right? And we hear a lot about you got to get all your fats. You got to get all your fats. Now, one thing I notice about fats, and you kind of work with your body because your body's going to change, right? So you need to say, okay, how am I feeling over a period of a week or 2 weeks? How my bowel movements, am I getting, constipated? Am I having the runs or, am I, clogged up or whatever? That tells you they're fats, right? How's my energy level? Is it, am I tired all the time? Yada, yada, yada. So I looked at just being different, right? Than all the years of eating the garbage, all the years of whatever I felt like eating, I would eat. Now it's just simplistic. I just go for the meat section. Okay. So now it's even simplistic. My son and I, we are raising meat birds. Okay. So we've raising these meat birds and then we freeze them when we got that meat. And then I buy a half a cow that lasts me at least 6 months, my wife and I. So there's things that I'm not going to the grocery store because actually, other than salt, I even buy that, in bulk. I've tried Celtic salt. I tried Redmond salt. And now I'm in the Utah mineral salt. So I'm kind of experimenting with the salt deal. And then my electrolytes, instead of buying Redmond Relight, I make my own. And there's different, people advertise different electrolytes. I make my own from scratch. Okay. So these things are all developed over this 7-month period that I've been on this lifestyle, and I'm not quitting it. It's, I'm in it for the long haul and I feel great. So you have to look at it like I'm not in it for the weight loss. Okay. I'm in it for the well-being. I'm in it to overcome all these issues that I'm having. So that's the way you got to look at it. Say if the weight drops, it's cool. If it takes longer than I planned, set your goal to what I want, half of it. I know like I say, it was started out nothing for several months, just because, your body's saying, hey, you know what, dude, we've went over all these different plans of action you had. I want to see if you stick with it. So it took me a couple months. And then it just seems like I was dropping 2 pounds a week. And I did accelerate. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you what I accelerated at is I accelerated my body movement. You know, I was up in my walks. I got my watch. I make sure that, you know, I hit so many steps per day. I'm active in my yard. I'm a huge gardener, even though I don't necessarily go for that. Now, lately, I've taken on a mantra like, you know, plants are for animals, and animals eat the plant, and I eat the animal. That's the way I look at it. So, but I do have strawberries. I don't know how many plants of strawberry. I hundreds, blackberries and raspberries, but I only eat a few of them at the season. I don't go buy them at the grocery store. I eat them. I know where they're coming from. They're coming in my yard. I don't, you know, feed pesticides and spray them all with this junk. So I know what I'm eating. So I might they're June berries. So a couple weeks out in June, I have berries and then I freeze them. Maybe I'll eat 2 a day or whatever, a couple times a week. Just like the blackberries are in season now, but I'm not going out there and gourding myself. I freeze them. I might have 3 of them every other day or something. And, you know, the raspberries are in bloom. I got grapes out there. So all these things I started with before on this journey. So I'm not, you know, people still need to eat that. They're not going to go all into what I'm doing. I have, chicken layer. I have eggs. I have ample supply of eggs, dozens and dozens each day. And then I like eggs, so I eat probably 8 to 10 eggs a day. I don't, you know, but anyways, so my journey left 2 months, nothing. All of a sudden I started being active, which you have to be active. I don't care what anybody says. If you want to drop weight, you have to be active. I was losing 2 pounds a week. I dropped up to this point, I'm down 60 pounds. Okay. If you can look at my earlier videos, you can see how much weight I've lost. My goal is to 75 to 80 pounds. And I set it as a year. Okay. 1 year, I wanted to lose all this weight. So that might be, right now I'm kind of stagnant. I think I lost 1 pound over the last month. And I attribute that because I need to upscale my workout activity. I might need to go out and work out physically, you know, because what I'm hearing is you have to exercise on a continual basis. And I get a lot of exercise, but I don't do the, you know, repetitions and weightlifting. And I might, you know, put 15, 20,000 steps a day because I'm moving around doing all activities, but I'm not saying focus on a regimen of lifting weights and running and all that type of thing like I'd want to do. I used to be a runner, you know, in the summertime, in the wintertime, not so much, but I hope you guys found value in this and come along with my journey with me. And if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'd appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye now.